We are building the calculator project from the YByte Python curriculum available at www.ybyte.in. In fact, we are now at a very interesting point where we need to do the most important activity, which is to define the functionality for the equal to button. Now remember, previously we had discussed the architecture. Equal to is the only button from which the computation will happen. So really this video is all about the, let's say, the final outcome of this whole exercise. When I click this equal to, I expect the result for the expression to appear here, and let's see how we do that. In fact, the code for this is really kind of like a superset of everything that we have been doing. So for example, for the press operator, I'm just going to start from here. Just like the press operator, I'm going to create a new function here called, so somehow the indentation goes off. Let me just fix that. So I'm going to define a new function called, let's say, press, maybe in this case EQ. It does not need any arguments because there's only one equal button. Now really what I need to do is that I'm going to read out both, let's say, what's on the box as well as what's in the expression. That's exactly what I do over here. Now in case of the expression label, I'm going to do exactly what I was doing, which means I'll take everything in the expression, add to that what is on the box, but at the end of it I'll put an equal to, so that it kind of indicates that's that I'm going to be computing the sum, and kind of like becomes more logical. This something plus something is equal to the answer here. Now as far as the other box is concerned, the entry label, I expect the result of this expression to come in. Now the interesting bit is that my expression here that I need to calculate is really given by, let's say, text in expression plus text in box. Remember, however, that both of these are strings. So somehow we need to do a mathematical computation using strings as inputs. Turns out that there's a very interesting command called eval. So I can use that here. I can say result is equal to, let's say, eval, text in expr plus, say, the text in box. Now, before moving forward, let's just try to understand what does this eval statement do. In fact, we have looked at this before, previously when we were looking at enhancing the missing operators project. I'm linking that video here as well in case you're interested. So I'm running Python in the interactive mode. Let's say I want to do, say, 2 plus 3. Of course, answer is 5. But I can also use the eval command to do this, provided I put the entire expression as a string. Now you can clearly see where this is going. I can in fact put any complicated expression, let's any valid Python expression, and it will get computed. I can even try, let's say, multiply, and that's also fine. I can even do, let's say, 2 plus, let's say, 2 plus, let's say, rather, let's say 2 to the power of, say, 5. That is also fine. So we can do any expression that Python supports using this eval statement. All we have to do is to formulate this as a single string and then call this eval string, and that's exactly what I'm doing. Remember, the text in expression was being formed as we were doing this, and when I take text in expression plus text in box, I create a new string and I'm evaluating that. My result, which is also in this case, let's say, an integer or a float, I need to convert this into, let's say, a string, and then I can display that on the entry level, right? So we'll see this working, how this works, and we'll try to create the intuition here. However, to make this work, obviously I must call this function from the equal to command. So I come in here and I say, look, command is, so I go in here and say command is equal to press, say, EQ. Now again, no brackets, and of course no lambda, because there's only one press equal to, there's only one equal to button, and we're not kind of like calling the function with any argument. So that's all I need really, and I expect this to be working now. So when I run this now, let's see this working. Let's say I do 10 plus 15. Obviously the answer is 25. The moment I click equal to, I get the result 25, and this expression becomes 10 plus 15 equals to 25. Now really we have to see this a little bit carefully. Let's see this again. So when I click, let's say, 10 plus, notice what has happened is the expression box has become 10 plus, but really actually it's a string, so it's 1 0 plus. These are different characters. I go and put a 15. Now again, this is actually a string, so it's 1 5. The moment I click equal to, this becomes a big string, sort of 1 0 plus 1 5, but the entire thing is string. I use eval to calculate, and I convert that result into, say, a string, which is 25. So it shows us 25, but it's really a string out there. We can take one more example. Let's say I do 10 times 5 plus, let's say 9 minus 3. If I click equal to, it puts out quite nicely for me. 10 times 5 plus 9 minus 3 is equal to 56. You notice that because we are using eval, in fact, it's also doing a BODMAS compliant computation. So 10 times 5 is being computed first, plus 9 minus 3. So those two are equal precedence, and hence this gets computed correctly as 56. Really, that's about all we need. In fact, this calculator is almost ready. We are just going to do a few more things and we'll be done with this. Take care. Thank you so much. If you think this way of learning by building activities, by seeing them working in front of you, by applying concepts works, look at our website because we have many such activities. Take care. Thank you so much. Bye bye.